What do you think? One word or like one or two?
I love this guy.
I think
don't die.
That
was the best.
Theme, I guess. I think colonization
Wrong answer to puzzle.
I think
Yeah, that actually.
Bear traps. One reason.
Bear traps.
seedlings.
Fireflies.
That's the only resource you have. That's one thing that was like, that's something that was like, all you have is like seedlings, and all you can do is plant trees. Yeah. Yeah. I want to do more stuff. Anyway. Procedure.
Goes roads to doors.
Most of them go around like sending seedlings.
That's why. You're one piece now.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
What's the last
I want to get right out of the beginning of years. I didn't try
Oh, hey.
Okay. Does everybody feel like they've got a good picture of what the class thought about these games? Okay, so let's have conversations about them. What I'm trying to do with this is get you used to looking at playtester analysis of your game. You want to make your game, you want other people to play it and tell you what worked and what didn't, where things break, what they thought of the game, and this is a very simple first step to doing that. If you looked at, you said, I made this game Dota, let's see if people understand what's supposed to go on. People do. Destroy, kill. They know what to do in that game. Other games, it might be confusing, and if that's important to you, you want to know, is my game clear to other people? So you're going to have to go through this playtesting piece as part of your final project. You're going to have to design a playtesting questionnaire, what's going on. I'm trying to give you that experience of analyzing results, coming up with those kind of things. So that's why we're walking through this. Also, just to make sure we all have a common set of games that we can talk about. So let's talk about Euphoria. Mark and Jack, explain to us what is going on in Euphoria.
It's a game about growing your colony.
Growing your colony. Colonization was a word a lot of people said. Capturing. What else? What are the other pieces?
The theme is sort of, people are kind of like, there's a little bit of, people are a little unknown about the theme, but it seems to rotate around like exploration, colonization, and like space theme. Space.
Feels a bit like space. What kind of game is it? What's the genre?
Definitely a strategy game.
Strategy game, real-time strategy. Yes. Resources?
The only resource you have are seedlings.
Seedlings, yep. Everybody's like, that's it. Okay. Procedures, rules.
The main sort of procedure is sending your seedlings to other asteroids, and you can do stuff with your seedlings from there.
Cool. And what do people want to know?
The fight system was one thing that came up, and sort of like manipulating the like little particle-like units and that sort of thing, like manipulating a large amount of units and like how they battle, how they move, how that happens.
Yeah, a lot of people liked the swarming, the movement of all these pieces running around. And that's something we'll definitely get to in this class, how to make large groups of AI move in a sensible way, either as like deer running across the screen, or these little seedlings moving around, or just tons of enemy spaceships swarming something. We can work on that. We definitely can learn that. Yeah, so thoughts? That's a summarization of what Euphoria is. What did other people think about this game? Fun,
really satisfying part.
beautiful, satisfying.
You blow your arm like thousands.
Yeah, yeah. That would be nice. It is also designed, you can do it on the iPad, so you can just tap and move things around. It's more of a clicking, swarming, maneuvering, things like that. It's a bare bones RTS. Most real-time strategy games have a lot more going on, where you have movement, troops going to other places, and there's lots of different tech trees and mechanics. This said, all you're going to do is try to conquer things with these super simple programs, and it's an effective game. Why is it effective? Why do you think it's satisfying? What's good about it?
Keeps it simple. It says move your stuff over here, and you have one button for growing your stuff, and it makes it very clear. Like you grow your stuff and you send your stuff, and you beat the other guy.
The simplicity helps.
It's also,
Yeah.
I think it takes care of a lot of the more boring aspects of the game, like the automatic growing of seeds. So like you don't have to worry about it; they just show up, and then you can go attack and do the more fun stuff.
So the automation of background tedious tasks, you don't have to grind in this game. You just let the game do it for you, and you're doing all the planning, the important stuff. Yeah, Ian.
It's got good atmosphere.
Atmosphere. And that's important.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
It's pretty minimalist in every respect. It's a strategy game, but there's not all the complex things that you see in Dota. It's got minimalist graphics. They're very simple, and I think everything kind of creates a unifying idea about what that game is and how it should be played.
Yeah. What else? Was it easy to learn how to play this game?
Oh,
Yes. This one had a nice, simple tutorial. Level design is important. If you're making a game that has puzzle aspects, we'll see this as we go through the other ones, thinking about slowly ramping up the difficulty as you go through the game is important. How can we come up with simple mechanics and then design different ways that they fit together so people aren't just thrown in and have no idea what's going on? So Euphoria, I think, did that one really well to get people to want to play the game. And okay, here's one seedling. Oh, now you've got two. Perfect. Okay, now you've got 10. And there's 2 planets. Whoa. And then now you've got this whole different place going on. So very good ramp up. Any other thoughts on Euphoria? Would you recommend that as a game? Okay. Great. Next game. Every day the same dream. Talk about this one, Rebecca. And
The objective is kind of very confusing. It's everything from just getting through life and completing the story and just finishing the game.
a lot of people are like, what the hell? Yeah. So.
Even the count.
Exactly. Yes. What else?
No one really knew what the theme was. I still don't.
Yes. Everyday life.
Simulation.
Fantasy.
If we had an art major in here, they could tell us what
Yeah.
it is.
I think it's everyday
Oh,
life
yeah.
plus existential.
Somebody said sci-fi. Okay. And what type of game was it? What's the genre? Where would this fit?
Side scroller.
Side scroller, point and click. But there was no pointing.
There was no pointing.
It was just clicking.
Move and
Yes.
move and press space.
Move and bump instead of point and click. Yes. So, what kind of resources were there?
Your clothing.
Clothing? The leaf?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Did everybody make it through all 5 levels of this game? Okay. Yes. Good. And procedures and rules?
Pressing space is how you interact with things. It's
Yep.
pretty much like-
Space bar. Interaction. That's it.
Rules, there are certain boundaries that you can't go past, like the stoplight.
Yes. Yes. You can't move around. This is a good example of a game that doesn't really fit, but we still think of it as a game, or some people would. I would. It breaks boundaries. We talked about boundaries a little bit last time. How does this break boundaries? At least when I played it, I thought about boundaries a lot in this game.
You can't fail.
You can't fail.
Well, you might not realize the end.
You can keep going to work every day.
You can keep going to work every day. That's right. Because it says every day the same dream. You just keep doing it. You have to break out of the typical, here's what I should do to solve the game. Oh, I was supposed to go left instead of right. It took me a while to figure out that I could get out of my car. I was like, oh, I'm just here. I'm just bumping around, but there's got to be something else. So I tap spacebar, and all of a sudden I'm walking, and I go see a cow, and you're like, I did not expect that to happen. And that's part of what this game was trying to do, is say there's usually rules and procedures, and you have to break them. This was a game about breaking your assumptions and talking and doing things you didn't really think you would be doing. Okay, and what do people want to learn to do about this game?
Basically, the simple graphics is one that came up a lot. So the art style.
People like the art style. Well, it was compelling in the game. You could really get into it with just a small amount of graphics. That's going to be important for us because we're not artists. And you could still make a compelling game with 8-bit graphics or even just a couple scribbles on the screen. It's good. Atmosphere is very important for larger games. Sometimes the artwork can get in the way of the game and the mechanics. So this one just said, I'm going to get out of the way. It's so simple. Do your things. Other thoughts about Every Day the Same Dream?
I think the saddest part was when you realized that not only did the cow and your wife leave you, but the leaf also left.
And then you watch yourself jump off the building. Yes. Every day the same dream. Okay, cool. What'd you say?
Oh, I just never wore clothes. Just doing everything.
You don't have to wear clothes. Yes. Okay, cool. Would you recommend other people play this game? Once. And that's something different about some games. People play Dota thousands of hours. People don't play Every Day the Same Dream for thousands of hours. You don't log it. You're like, there are not 200 people twitching every day the same dream. Not even 2. But people still do play the game. It's an experience that you go through, and it's hard to fit into some of these categories. Like, what is the objective and resources? Not every game has all those pieces, like we were talking about. Okay, so FTL. Who was doing FTL? You two. Yes. Talk us through FTL. What are we supposed to do? What's the objective that people...
So the objective from what we saw was to survive and explore.
Okay.
A lot of people said to get to the exit, just like surviving. And as far as the theme, there was a lot of sci-fi or space, which is kind of a little bit goes hand in hand with sci-fi.
Yes. Gameplay genre. What is this game?
Largely strategy.
Strategy. Real-time strategy. But there's an element, some people said, it's a roguelike game. Do you remember what that meant? We talked about that last time. What is a roguelike game?
You keep going, and then if you die, you have to start from scratch.
So both of those things. Yes, permadeath. Yes, when you die,